What's your biggest takeaway from this matchup?
Well, I thought the Celtics were one of the two best teams in the East. I think they're one of the two best teams in the NBA, them and the Denver Nuggets, Skip. And I think it's going to come down. I still believe healthy, the Bucks and the Celtics are going to have a 7-game series, and I believe the Bucks will come out on top. But, Skip, I like what I saw last night because I saw this, and this team played this team last year in the NBA Finals. And when it started to go bad, they couldn't correct it. And Al Horford said this year we've taken steps as a group being a little bit more mature in handling those situations, good or bad. Just continue to play through it. We had some huge mistakes down the stretch, and to be able to overcome that and stay the course, he's absolutely correct. Skip, I tweeted, damn, Jason Tatum, how many turnovers you going to have? He had 5 in the second half. He had 4 in the fourth quarter. He had 7 in the game. And for them to overcome that, Jaylen Brown did not have a great game. Marcus Smart like to have, if Jaylen Brown wasn't as athletic, he's about to throw the ball away and give it right back to him up by three. Excuse me. I like what I saw. For them to be down by 11 and fight and make every play, get defensive stops, and to find a way to win that ball game, Skip, that says something. That tells me they're grown. They're grown, and they're going to continue to grow. They're tough out. That law firm, like I said, Jaylen Brown didn't have the greatest game last night because normally when Tatum has 30, he's high 20s, or Jaylen Brown is high 20s, 30s himself. He had an off night. He was 7 of 16, had 18 points, got it going in the second half. But I like what I saw. They won ugly. They found a way, and that's what you have to do, Skip. You're not always going to shoot 50% from the floor, 40% from the three, and make 85, 90% of your threes. But to dig deep and to find a way to win a game, I like what I saw from the Celtics last night. They impressed me. They impressed me. They're going to be tough out. They're going to be a tough out, Skip.
They will be that. But they're not the best team in the East because the 76ers are the best team in the East. And they won again at Portland last night, and you keep overlooking.
We got a topic. We're going to talk about a topic later today.
All right. I give you everything you just said about the Celtics. In the end, they just wanted this game a little more than the defending champs. In the end, they showed me a new backbone, just saying, we're going to send a message to you. We're just a little better than you are now. We might not have been last summer or last spring, but we are now. So I'm going to give you all the above. But in the end, this game to me came down to Stephen Curry. And I start with vintage Steph because the shot he made at the buzzer at halftime, if we could see it, please, it's 10 feet beyond half court. This is 55 feet. It's hard. He steals the ball, which is...
Who's surprised this went in?
Okay. You know how hard it is to shoot a ball that far with one arm without trying to baseball throw it?
Yeah.
It's hard to even get it there. You got to have some incredible strength in your legs to get the ball that far.
Skip, did you see the play? They called a timeout. He just got the ball and threw it over his shoulder, and it went in.
Okay. He is the all-time trick shot artist.
You're not winning a game of horse against him.
You are not. And this was sensational, and this is at the end of half, and then he's just stomping around the court. My town. This is my town. Okay. That worked in, but it didn't work in the fourth quarter.
No.
To your point about Jason Tatum, he did have 3 Jason turnovers down the stretch, and you can't do that. I don't know how they even overcame it because they came at 6:35. They're down. They're down 8 at that point. And he traveled, and then at 3:08, he had a bad pass. They're down 2, and 36 seconds left. Another bad pass, and they're down 1. I don't know how they overcame that.
Exactly.
But I can show you why Golden State, despite huge numbers, look at their starting lineup on your stat sheet.
Clay, Andrew Wiggins.
All of them. They got 4 in the 20s.
Right.
Okay, that'll work. And look at
Draymond.
He's got a triple-double.
1 assist from a triple-double.
Well, wait, didn't he have it? No, he's 1 assist.
One
I'm sorry.
assist,
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, so it's 11, 13 and 9. Okay. All right. Those numbers should win you the basketball game. And to that point, you're up 9 with 9:36 left when DiVincenzo comes in and bombs a 3. Okay, so you're up 9 with 9:36. It's at Boston. Who's your best player? Well, a lot of people say he's the best player in the league, and that is Steph Curry. Well, he's got to bring you home. So now let's see what happened in the fourth quarter. This is Steph in the fourth quarter last night. He winds up going 1 for 7 and 0 for 5 from 3, and including the last second shot that could have won the game, he missed. So could we see his missed threes, the 0 for 5 from 3? This is fourth quarter. Okay, that's a good look for him, and he left.
He normally knocked that down.
Trust me, if one of these goes in, they're probably going to win. That's a little wide left and long. Another pretty, it's contested, but it's a pretty good look. And it's wide right. And then that one's, by his standards, you just got to make that one. And then this is going to be, I think, the game winner. This is for the win. This is it. And he couldn't create enough on Al Horford, who, by the way, Al Horford, defensively,
he was a monster.
He's a monster.
Yeah. He had those blocks he had down the stretch.
And what isn't he just like 6'9"-ish? Like, I don't think he's the biggest man. And he plays so big.
And Al got to be in what, you're like 16 or 17? He's got this.
He was huge for them last night. But everywhere he's been huge.
Yep.
Okay, so I just showed you, he goes 0 for 5 from 3 in the fourth quarter, and if you make one, you probably win the game, and he missed the one that was 1 second left. That's in regulation. Okay, so in overtime, and by the way, Jaylen Brown hit the tying three. That was the biggest shot that they made all night was Jaylen Brown's three.
And that was the only three that he made.
Yeah. Okay, so now we go into overtime, and I'm going to show you with 55 seconds left, Steph had one last hurrah to cut the lead down to 3 and make it a game with 55 seconds left. And here we go. And he's up, and he's way wide right because he shot an air ball.
Right.
Okay, well, that's not him, right? Okay, so what point have I made to you? Over his career in the biggest games, especially in NBA Finals and some in conference finals, he has not come up clutch.
No.
Because it's hard to be clutch from distance.
Yes.
Because it's a hard shot to start with. He's revolutionized the game. But when you need him to make big ones under huge pressure, such as we're up 3-1 in 2016 to LeBron's Cavaliers, obviously, and then what happens in games 5, 6, and 7? I've showed you the numbers. I've showed you the tapes before.
Right.
He just disappeared.
I'm sure he has some buzzer beater skip, but I can't remember it.
Okay.
But I can't remember. I'm talking about he hits a 3 to win the game, and they go crazy.
Okay. Well, he's made a lot of big shots, and he's a great revolutionary player. I'm just saying, here's another glaring example of a game that, according to our man Chris Haynes last night on TNT, that Golden State had been pointing toward for several weeks.
Yes.
They wanted to reestablish themselves against this team on its court, where if you could go win that game, because they've struggled on the road the whole year, obviously. If you go win that game, you send a message not only to the Celtics, you send it to the whole league. Guess who's back, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now they've fallen to the Golden State Warriors. They're 22-23.
Right.
Well, they were desperate enough last night. What did they do? They went with their death lineup to start the game. They went small, right? Because they took Kevon Looney out and put Jordan Poole in, right?
Yep.
And
it worked for a while.
Well, I'm looking at the numbers, and when Clay gets 24 and Andrew gets 20 and Jordan Poole gets 24 and Steph gets 29, you'd say, okay, we're pretty good. And then to your point about Draymond, it's almost a triple-double. Wouldn't that add up to victory on the road?
But, Skip, the Celtics absolutely crushed them on the glass.
Crushed them.
I mean, 63-47.
Okay, well, that's what happens when you go small.
You go small,
right?
But the Celtics struggle at shooting the ball at the rim. They were 14-25 at the rim.
Okay.
That's 50. Skip at the rim? I mean, I'm going to go better than that. I ain't really picked up a basketball in 30-plus years.
I got it. But your man Jason Tatum had 19 rebounds last night. That is his career high.
Yeah.
Okay, because he's saying, well, I'm bigger than any of them.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm a center. I'll be a center. If I do this, I'll be the center.
Right.
Because, he absolutely is. He's taller than everybody out there.
Yeah. Okay. So he did what he was supposed to do. And in the end, I'm giving you this. The Celtics showed me something last night. That's just like backbone. They're just saying, no. You're not on our level anymore. We're going to do this. And they did that.
Yeah.
Way to go.
But I need Middleton to come on back.
Do you, for your Bucks?
Oh, yeah. You see Giannis resting that knee?
I think you need Giannis to come on
he
back.
rested.
Yeah.
But Holiday holding it down.
You just better be careful that KD didn't come back, because then all hell's going to break loose.
Well, y'all going to be so far behind when he do get back. Y'all might not win a game till he gets back.
Yeah.
So y'all might be...
At least right now, guys, those Boston Celtics solidly